Hi guys, in this video we are going to do a tip about hand tossing in salsa turns, in salsa partner work.
So pretty much to start with this topic, make sure that you actually, if you are been doing this kind of hands, this is when you lady send the hand like around so she can actually do styling. How do you do it? What rotation do you apply? Etc. etc. This is exactly what we're gonna talk about on this video. Okay, so to start it first, let me explain to you what we're gonna talk about, like 2 or 3 variations of it. Okay, so but this is what I see on the dance floor, so you understand what we're talking about here. So whenever we dance in here, I see a lot of people doing this, and then you send the hand out, and they waiting for the hand right here, expecting the girl to travel and to catch up, so then you can lead an inside turn after that, or it can be anything else, right? So instead doing that, we want to make sure that she also understands that she needs to travel right here, travel, and then I can do the fling, right? So this is pretty much what we are going to talk about in this video. Now, something that I like to do, of course, this is personal preference. Of course, maybe you learn a different way, but this is something actually that you can apply if you feel that is something that you want to start using, right? Whenever I hold the hands like this, she always gives me resistance. That's something that we talk in other videos. But notice something that I will do here is this little fling with the hand, right? It's more like bam, right? So I'm holding the hand here, and what I'm doing is doing this part right here, and then with the outside part of my hand is when I send the hand. So notice it was not with my, it starts with my arm, and at the end finish with the hand. So it's more like so she can actually feel a momentum and feel the extra energy for the leading, right? So you're going here and send it out, right? So of course the energy after that, after everything happens, from here now she's on her own to do all the styling and everything on the hand. But this is what we are going to do. In order to make this work, we're gonna start first by a simple turn on her for herself. We actually call these checks. So if we're doing this, I can stop her and send her back, right? Notice right here when I do this part right here that I just explained, I bring her with energy. We talked about actually this on previous videos about the energy, right? 75, 75, and then send it, okay? So when I send it, notice when I fling the hand, when I do this, my hand stays in the same place. So for her, it's a lot easier to see her, boom, and she can catch so she can give me the resistance, and of course I will be ready to give her the resistance back. So right here, boom, and now I can stop her and send her back into a regular check right here, okay? 2, tung, kung, kung, 6, 7, and pram, pam, okay? So now, when we have this part right here, notice I'm doing this turn on the same place, on the same spot, right? So it's coming here and I fling it. So for her, she feels like an extra, like a turn. You see right here, she starts preparing the direction that she's going, because the momentum of the leading of the direction that I send her. So then when I stop her, boom, I just wait here in front of her, so then I can send her back. But now, this is a little bit easier because she stays in the same spot. But what happens when you want to make her travel? Means when we're doing these kind of things. So sometimes people doing this and then they are waiting here for her. It's like, oh, what happened to you? Why you didn't walk, right? Because the feeling that she had was to
right.
go for the turn. Yeah. So
In place.
so instead, actually, when we teach our regular basics and the fundamentals that we have in our school in Manhattan and also in the school online, we also explain that we have, for example, to lead an inside turn, for example, 1, she's going forward, 2, she's going forward, and by 2.75 is when she starts turning. So I'm using the same tools in order to lead the same concept that I just teach here. So if I do in this part, bam, bam, kung, kung, 6, 7, 1, I don't send her yet. I'm leading her forward, right? 1, and then on 2, I do the fling, so she can actually connect with me on 2 actually. It's a little bit before 2, okay? But notice I'm still going forward. So use the momentum that she's coming, and then from here I can either do a turn or I can just lead her into an inside turn without the hands. Means this. Kung kung 2, 3. Notice the first beat and forward, forward, and kung kung 6, 7. Okay, you can see a little bit less the fling here because I send the momentum more forward for her than outside. Okay, if I do in this part right here, bam, bam, again, just to come back to the same thing that I just said. You see, I did the fling, but she stays there. Your goal is that you lead her forward first. Forward, forward, and now you can do the fling, and she can actually give you the hand right away there. And forward, and you can just wait for the hand. Notice that because I send the hand, I do this part right here, she can easily see the hand here. So now she can connect, okay?
Yeah, and just to give a little tip for the follower, so he is actually initiating the toss, but like Joelle said in the beginning of the video, I am completing it with my arm styling. So he's giving me this power. I want to continue with that momentum and then just send my arm up. I can either come behind the head. Most of the time I will come behind the head, right? Sometimes depending on what we're doing, we can come across. But just so I know, I come with the same power, right? That he initiates. I continue, opening up the shoulder so I get a little more length. And then at the same time, I am pressing into the 2 to complete my inside turn, okay? And this is specifically for this turn. But just so you know that he's not like leading my entire arm, right? He's giving me the momentum. I can choose to style it, or not, right? But I really use the momentum to actually add the arm styling. I go ahead and continue and then complete it, yeah?
Yes.
So, because sometimes I do see also on the dance floor that the guys will do a little bit of a flick, and then sometimes I see like, yeah? Which, again, you're not like, it's not mandatory that you have to style.
Or
but
sometimes too strong too, right? I see some people doing these kind of things, grab the hand and send it out.
Yeah.
So it's all a balance, right? You have to first making sure that you lead. What I want her to do first, okay, I want her to travel so I can do an inside turn, but I want to do a toss. So I have to make sure that she's traveling,
Travel, toss.
and now I can do the toss right there, okay? So.
Yes.
Now another thing, for example, like, oh Joel, what happened when you lead this from the back? Means, for example, here, bam, bam. This is another thing that I see a lot, right? Here, and then they wait for the hand here to grab the girl and start bring her forward, right? Yeah. But applies the same concept.
Wrong,
No. I mean, nothing is wrong. It's just what we're using personally to do.
Yes, our preference. Because if the girl is a good follower, she could probably catch up to going forward. But for someone who's maybe new to the hand toss, again, she might go this way and be like, okay, why did you leave me kind of stranded, yeah? So it's good to be clear, yes?
Bam, 5, 6, 7, and right here.
Forward.
Notice, I explained this on one of the tips, actually. Start leading with the body, right? So right here, notice how we using all the tips that we've been learning on this series, okay? How we start applying everything. So now I lead in with the body, so that way she can follow my body, she can follow the energy that I send her, and notice automatically she will bring that hand up because she has it on dance position, right here. Now I can touch her hand, create resistance, so I can send her into an inside turn. So again, I didn't send her out, right? What I did is here, 2, 3, kung kung, 6, 7, forward, 2, 3, 6, and 7. Okay. Again, I prefer to don't send the hand out unless I will do something like huepa and send her back. Why? Because I did it on the same spot. I did the same space. I really want her to understand that I want to send her that way, right into a turn. So now I can stop her exactly right here, boom, and I can send her to the other position. Yeah, bam, bam, 6, and huepa, 6, 7, and if I want to send her forward, bam, and forward, and 6, 7, bam, bam, 6, 7, and check, and bam, 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 toast, toast.
Toss.
Yeah. So
So what about
cool. Now
another there are many versions, of course.
there are so
of
many.
hand
There are
tosses,
so many, right?
but we're just gonna cover a few. So there's one that we want to
Yeah.
do behind the back.
So another thing is I see
Super common.
is that people doing this and then you just kind of draw the hand in the back. So what I like to do, okay, it's either go like extend her arm. You see when she's going back, bam, bam, 5,
One,
6,
two,
7,
three.
and start extending the arm. So now because the arm is extended, I can go inside of her arm. I'm gonna start rolling my hand, and notice how I start from the forearm. Now I can send the hand back. So I really don't. It's not like I send the hand from the fingers, holding the fingers, and then send the hand. It's not what I do. I like to lead more from the forearm because you have a little more control. She understands it more, right, to the position that I want to send it. So again, instead doing this,
Yeah. it's
use
like-
from the
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
this is more
I connect it,
and whop.
send it.
Yeah.
Okay, connect it,
And whop.
send it. Yeah.
And you have to say the sound effect. And wah.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll just
so,
for us again,
gung,
our preference
Bam,
and what we
bam,
feel looks
and
cleaner
wah, bam.
and feels more connected. Yeah, and yeah, I have to say the word feels because again, on the dance floor as a follower, I do get a lot of sometimes where I have to like, oh, okay, you wanted me to do a hand toss. Like sometimes things are not clear whether the hand just can just be like really quick, and I'm just like, okay. So sometimes I can figure things out, but we like to
Sometimes
be clear.
don't.
Yeah, it's like why not be clear up front? Yes, it's a little bit of more communication here.
Yes.
Cool.
Cool. I hope that this tip makes sense. Now let's try it with some music. We're gonna show you some of the variations that we can actually make with this
Hand toss.
with these hand tosses. Okay. Let's try it with this music.
Pa' la colonia hispana, con cariño,
1, 3, 5. And
para todos.
Tap, bam, 6, 7, in.
2. Boom, boom.
So again, if it's in place,
2.
I can send her into the right. It feels like a
Watch
mouse.
the flick.
Wepa.
Y el que no conoce a Nueva York, no conoce
See,
nada.
always connected.
Tiene que vivir un
Ah.
tiempo allí y gozar de la fiesta.
Bam, bam, bam,
Conocer
bam.
el Bronx, Manhattan y Brooklyn.
Again, you see, I send her out. That's why, because I want her to stay in the same place.
Rumba y allí se forma la rumba y allí
Ah,
se forma
ah.
la rumba. Allí, allí
Again, here,
se
boom.
forma la rumba y allí
Ladies turn
se
and
forma la rumba. Es una ciudad sabrosa. Ay, no te pasa
now if we start
trabajo.
doing the traveling here, again, it can be the turn. But now I send her forward. 6, 7, in. Let me do it this way. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. 6, bam, bam.
No
Ah, ah.
conoce nada, quema.
Ah. Bam, bam. Again, send her forward, right? Send her forward. Wow.
Boom.
And notice the turn happens right here. Boom. Okay, so I don't start the turn here and I start turning her right away, right? That is another tip.
Good tip.
Bam, bam. 6, 7, in. So I don't kill the momentum, right? So now another thing, we were talking about this, for example. Wepa. Okay, let me turn the other way. So what I did here, it can be for now right turn. Notice my hand here. Rotation,
In.
send.
From this part.
Okay, wow. It happens quick. You have to, of course, practice little by little. But the ladies also, we need your resistance here. You see, she didn't go anywhere. She's connected to me. She's like, so magnet is another tip actually. Then boom, send it back. We give a little tips here and
Good tips.
bam bam, wepa, bam bam and wepa, trum tum, 6 and bam bam, wepa. So it's a lot more clear for the girls for the followers, right? To start feeling the connection. It's like, oh, you want the hand exactly here. So when I do this part, it's not like I send it to the front. I really create the momentum to send it a little bit back, and because it comes from the forearm, she feels it a little more clear. Okay, so it's a little bit clear to understand it. So this is pretty much a quick tip about these hands variations that you can create while you're dancing. Please make sure that as a leader, you want to be precise. You want to lead the lady forward, right? Or the follower. Send her forward so she understands what exactly you're planning to do. And if you are the follower, make sure that you create the resistance,
make sure
right?
you create the resistance, you create the presence, and then you actually use the momentum of the lead to complete the hand toss or the styling from the hand toss. Cool.
Yeah. Cool. I hope you enjoy it, and we will see you guys on the next video.